Hello, Gemini. Thank you for tuning into your general read. For the main read, using the Thelema, or Thelema, depending on how you want to say it, tarot, the word means will or intention in some base language that I can never remember for this whole week. So whatever. It's my mother had to learn that language, and I just can't think of the name of the stupid language. It's like a base language for most languages, from what I understand, or most European languages. Let's put it that way. It's by Renata Lechner. There's how you spell Thelema, or Thelema, whatever works for you. But thank you to the person who sent me the link, because it took that kick in the butt for me to finally look at it. Can't remember that person's name either. I remembered it in one of the videos, so sorry about my brain being a sieve. This Order of Oracle cards are by Lucy Cavendish. It's the magical spell cards. I already shuffled, but I'm going to need a sip here quick. Alright, let's see how this goes. Okay. It seems like you're kind of, there's like an arrow feel going on here. What I'm feeling, just to start with, like this is already on its own. The situation already feels like it's on its own track. Like you're almost being pulled into something is what I feel like. And I feel like you might have the ability to pull this in quicker in the intent to get it over with. Because when we're pulling into this time, you got the Oracle card, Divine Guidance. I'm feeling like the whole, like it's right in the action line between you and whoever you're dealing with. I feel like this is a person. It feels like Divine Guidance is here in the sense it's just saying that it's not about how you want it to work out. It's about what needs to work out. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. That seems rough. Let me just see here, because I sometimes do connect with Gemini energy, and I'm just like, what are you saying with this? The situation is already on its own track, and things are already going forward. I feel like it's something coming forward that you don't really want. But it's necessary for your own good. Okay. It needs to happen. They're telling me this is already in effect. This is not something where you're coming into it. It just feels like it's already happening. I'm feeling a little stressed myself from this because I'm just like... I prefer more empowering information, but I feel like they are saying, well, you do have some abilities here. You can make this go by quicker. You can bring this in quicker to get it over with. Because it seems like it's something you're headed towards. You're headed towards this obstacle. And I'm getting like, they're telling me that the people watching this that this is really hitting for, you know what's coming. They're telling me you already know this, so that I don't need to feel that bad. Because you already see it coming. You're already aware that, you know, it's about to happen. It's just how bad is it going to be. But I find this ironic because I'm just getting like you don't want to do something that you're going towards. The other person you're connected with, they have the Page of Cups. So they are happy. They're not like they realize you don't want to do it, but it needs to be done. And I feel like the other side is kind of like this is for the best, and somebody's pushing towards this. They're like, this is what needs to happen. They're not working against you. So, all right, they're trying to, like, back me off. They're like, don't feel so bad about it. Like, this isn't that bad. Because to me, I didn't like how this is already on its own track. There's nothing you can do to change it. I'm just like, oh. But they're like, it's not that bad. Like, calm down. They're like, calm down, James, it's fine. Just because the people this connects with, I'm getting you already see it coming. The person you're connected with that's pushing it forward, or keeping it going, I should say, they really do care about you. They realize you don't really want to do it, but they do feel like it's for the best. And I'm getting, on the other side, I'm getting like your nerves might getting the best of you right now. And maybe that's why I connected to that feeling. Like, it was really like, I didn't like how it just seems like it's almost like you're on this roller coaster already and there's nothing you can do to get off of it. And that's kind of how I felt. Like, I don't want to be on this roller coaster. I don't like roller coasters. No. And it's just like, they're like, well, you're already in and it's already moving. So sorry, you gotta write it out. And I'm just like, And I'm getting like your nerves might be getting the better of you at the beginning of this, at the very least. If not now, then in the beginning it was. How's that? And I'm getting between you and this other person who seems to be moving you forward, and they're just like, this has to happen. And I'm getting your nerves are kind of like, oh my gosh, do I really have to do this? Because I don't want to do this. And they're like, listen, we're already on route. We have to do this. We've gone this far. We have to complete it. And I feel like you're in that spot where you're kind of like, I know. I don't want to, but I know. They're telling me you're handling it a lot better than I give you credit for. I think I'm just putting my own emotions in it, to be fair. Because to me, it's like, it feels like, oh my God. Because I feel a lot of stress with it. Like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But you know you have to. It's still like, you do realize this has to happen. And there's stress between you and this other person because they're keeping you moving forward. They are. And I do feel like you're kind of resisting it, but you know, even though you're resisting it, sort of, you are still moving forward because you realize you have to. It just seems like it's a struggle between you and this other person. Because they keep pushing. And you'd like to slow down and just kind of like sit and think about it for a while. They're like, no, we can't think about it much longer. We got to keep moving. You're just like, but I just want to step back and just think about my options. And they're like, nope, we got to keep going. You got to keep going. You're like, but the options. They're like, well, keep going. You think about them as we keep moving because we got to keep moving. Because I feel like they're just kind of pushing you forward and they're pushing you forward and you're just kind of like, it's hard. I don't feel like that feels good. You want to step back and think about your options and think it through. And the other side is like, no, we got to keep moving. We got to keep going forward. This seems to be like the hard part, to be honest with you. Now, at this point, where the other side is pushing, because it's almost like you're going at, like if you go 1 to 5, 5 is the fastest it's going to go. 1 is kind of where you're going. That's the rate you're going right now. So you're going at a one rate. It's as slow as you're allowed to go without actually not going anywhere. It's at this point where you realize this person's going to keep pushing you with that one energy, if that makes sense. They're going to keep pushing. They're going to keep pushing. They're not going to stop. They're just not. I'm getting, this is the point where you have, it's magical powers. It's like the magician, like it. Not exactly like it. There's a bit of a difference in my opinion. Because this is saying, when this comes in, especially in your read, it's like, here's what's happening. Here's what you're going, and here's what you have control of. And I feel like it's saying you could make this easier on yourself by just getting it over with. The fastest you can handle this is a level 5. You're going at a level 1 speed. They're saying push that to the level 5. Or if you're more comfortable, the fastest you're comfortable going is the level 3, then push it up to a level 3. But they're saying you can keep going at a level 1, but your ability to move or affect the situation is how fast. And they're saying you would prefer to get this over with and move on from it. You want to move on from it. You want it to be done so you can move past it. They're saying just express it through. Move it to that 5 energy and get it done, but whatever makes you happy, it's up to you. It's still going to move forward, just how fast does it move forward? Because I feel like if you just, just like, you know what, whatever, it's going to happen. Let's just get it done. If you can get into that mindset, if you can do that, because everybody's different, and this is definitely, as a general read, it's going to hit different people different ways. Whatever's right for you, they're saying do that. But their advice is like just hit level 5 and get it over with. Just move it on. Just finish it off so you can put it in the past. Because I'm getting this other person does feel for you and feels like this is the best. The other side has the abundance. Like they realize, especially if you're able to push forward and you take ownership of it, it seems to help the other person. Like they have more confidence that the situation is going to be okay. The faster you can go, the faster you push it forward. Like I'm getting the abundance is like you're going to get that support from the other side. They're going to help you do that. If you say, all right, we're going at a level 1, but I really want to just get this over with. Let's kick it up to a level 5, whatever that means for you, of course. The other side, whoever's working with you is going to be like, you got it. Level 5, here we go. And they will support you in that. They will help you do that. They will get that going for you, I feel. And they're like, yeah, okay. So I do see that you're going to get the support in making that happen. I also feel like you're like, oh boy, I still don't see you liking this. And I find this interesting how this ends. Because the situation I'm stealing, you already know you're not going to like it. This 3 of Swords coming in is not a surprise, in my opinion. You're just expecting that. Like, I have to be honest, for some of you, I'm feeling like something medical. Like, you're getting some type of procedure you have to have done, and you don't want to, but you're realizing it's time and you have to do it. So I feel like the 3 of Swords is saying, this is just before, like the Ace of Swords, just before you finally do what you have to do, just before. You're very devastated in the sense of like you're heartbroken that you have to do this. Just before. This is just before. The other side, whoever has been helping you this whole way, getting you to where you are, is extremely supportive with the 2 of Cups. Like they're trying to be there for you. Anything they can do to help you, I feel like they're there for you. You're still feeling that 3 of Swords energy, but this 2 of Cups energy is really making it as easy as they can. Like they're doing anything they can think of to help you, they're there. And I feel like that support, if it doesn't make you feel good at this moment, it'll make you feel good after the fact to know that person was there. It's kind of a toss-up. Some of you will find that comforting at the time. Others of you, I feel like it might be after the fact because you're going to be so mired down in the stress of it. But I am getting, this situation does go forward, and the Ace of Swords happens, and I do feel like things work out, like things finish off, and it's going to happen. And I feel like after the Ace of Swords is where you feel better. After the Ace of Swords is where you really can just put this behind you, and it's like, even if it's going to be a series of events, to be honest with you, even if it is a series of events and you're looking at it that way, like, well, this is going through a few times. I don't know about just hitting the first time over going to make this all right with me. I'm getting, if it is a series of events where this is going to repeat in the future, they're saying once you get the first one down, the rest of them are a lot easier. You're not expecting that. I understand that. But they're saying it's going to be a lot easier after this first one through. I don't know. It depends on how it's hitting for you, because I'm not getting, like, it seems like a 50-50 shot here, to be honest with you. For some of you, it is a repeating. It's a first of a cycle. But for others of you, this is just the destination, and you just got to finish it off. It depends on what you're dealing with, especially with a general read. It's hard to, like, really, you know, to just nail it in one spot. Are we good? Is that what we want to say? Is anything else? I think we got the message out, so I think we're good. Alright, I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you for watching. I hope that helped. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.